It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond. It is greater for some fan bases than others, but we'll talk a lot about that on Press Pass here on Fox 47. It is time to meet Team 234, which, by the way, is Fox 47's channel on my
Comcast.
234.
There you go.
How ironic,
Karma
Jay.
is just rolling this weekend, isn't it?
Right. I'm telling you.
Well, for every team but one. But,
Want to welcome Bluebelly Tom Crawford, my longtime radio partner and co-host of The Drive with Jack and Tom, weekdays from 3 to 6 on the Team 92.1 FM and Facebook Live. And Tom, what time did you go to bed last night?
3:30. I was too wired. I was on the phone with my West Coast buds, my Michigan guys on the West Coast. And
those are my hours. Come on.
Vegas and
You call
everything.
me.
I was all about it, man. I woke up this morning. Did that happen? Did Jordan Poole hit that shot?
Did you go to bed before Jordan Poole?
I don't know when Jordan Poole went to bed, but I'm sure he went to bed later than I went because I finally got tired and it was great. It was a great day for Michigan. They move on to the Sweet 16.
You know, when I've seen a finish like that, I wake up in the middle of the night and I think, did that really happen?
Yeah.
It really happened.
Yeah.
Also want to welcome Al Martin. He is host of Current Sports, AM 870. And he is also by far the best basketball player on this panel.
I agree.
Al was with me. We are there, and we were at Little Caesars Arena for the games on Friday. And today, I don't think anyone could have anticipated exactly what they saw.
No, I mean, heck, we talked last week, Jack. We thought Michigan State at least would have gotten to the Sweet 16, right? But hey, the madness of March, right? The madness of March.
And I have seen Syracuse do this to some teams before.
Quirky.
So the fact that Michigan State could lose a game like this is not beyond the realm of possibility, but to miss the last 14 shots and not to score a basket for more than 7 minutes.
Shocking.
Shocking. Also want to welcome in Neil Koepke, longtime State of Michigan sports writer, columnist for MSUSpartans.com, my human hockey website.
Good to be here, Jack.
Headed to the Frozen Four.
That's right.
Big Ten champion now. We have a Big Ten champion who's not in the Big Ten.
That's right. Notre Dame. Notre Dame. How about that? They bring in Notre Dame and he runs rump shot through him, wins the regular season title, and now the playoff title.
Well, you know, we've got hockey going, we got basketball, 2 more weeks of that. Tom Crawford is excited as he can be, and we're going to explain as much as we can about what happened with all the madness this week and some big upset blowouts, including 16-1. Never happened before, but we'll tell you all about it. Coming up next, here on Press Pass.
Want to liven up your living room? Deck out your dining room? Beautify your bedroom? We've got just the place. It's the spring clearance sale at Furniture Row. You can save up to 70% throughout the store on fresh new looks for every room in your home. Plus, enjoy up to 4 years no interest. Get your home ready for spring with quality furniture at the best price, only at Furniture Row, home of Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
It took community collaboration to expand the Arctic fox enclosure at Potter Park Zoo. Along with our community partners, we made it happen.
MSU Federal Credit Union is proud to partner with Fox 47 as we have adopted an Arctic fox. Now that she has a newly expanded home, it's time to give her a name.
Along with Lansing Community College, we invite for you to log on to fox47news.com/zoo between now and March 25th to vote for your favorite name.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
The X-Files, Wednesday on Fox.
It's Grass Saving All the Green sale, and your mission, Leprechauns, is to save people money.
You heard him? Let's save people some money. Save big on this new Silverado double cab for just a wee payment of $212 a month.
Or drive off in a brand new Traverse.
Tiny price and only $253 a month.
And only at Graf, where you get $2,000 above the appraised value of your trade. Get big savings and tiny prices during Graf's Saving in the Green sale going on at every Graf dealership.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin to the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment. Brought to you by Graf Chevrolet, a trusted friend with 104 years in the automobile business. Stop and see Matt, Mark, and Greg on West Grand River in Okemos. They'll take great care of you, as they have on all 6 of my leases and purchases. Go green, go Graf.
And they were hanging around. Then Tyus Battle hit the jumper, and the Orange were ready to pull off the upset. State had plenty of opportunities as the final seconds ticked away. But the Spartans could not connect. And in the end, the popular pick for the Final Four goes down to the Orange of Syracuse. Michigan State unable to advance, and Syracuse wins it by 2, 55-53.
A lot of stunned people in Little Caesars Arena, and I imagine around the country. ESPN had all of their analysts pick their Final Fours, their national champions, 27 in all. 9 of them picked Michigan State, 8 of them picked Virginia.
I had
Maybe
State
they
in
could
the
get a
title
do-over.
game.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Al Martin, Michigan State season comes to a crashing halt, 55-53 to the Syracuse Orange after shooting 42% from three-point range in Big Ten play, 41% for the year. Michigan State today, not so good.
Right.
You're talking about more misses than you would have in a couple of weeks from three-point range?
For sure. And, you know, it's amazing because when you even dive into the stats further, on the side of Syracuse, I mean, Jack, if I would have told you before we even looked at a final score that Syracuse would have just 3 assists the entire game, would make just 1 three-pointer the entire game, would get out-rebounded 51-30. You would have said Michigan State by 40, right?
In a rout, yeah.
And Michigan State's in Detroit. You would have said Michigan State by 50.
And Michigan State didn't turn the ball over.
Right. No turnovers.
14 times.
But you know what? If you look at Jaren Jackson Jr., Miles Bridges, Josh Langford, and Cassius Winston, those 4 combined went 19 for what, 46?
Miles Bridges,
9 for 46.
4 of 18 for Miles Bridges.
9 for 46.
9 for 46. Those 4 players went, with the exception of what? Those are your 4 starters, with the exception of Nick Ward.
And 2 of those shots were like banked in. McQuaid,
right?
And Miles had one too.
Yeah.
So it's a combination for me. I thought that certainly Jaren Jackson Jr. should have been in the game in crunch time instead of Ben Carter during those moments. I thought that was a coaching blunder by Tom Izzo. There was lack of ball movement offensively. There was no penetration to affect that zone. So I think it was coaching, but at the end of the day as well, players got to make shots too.
Michigan State does not have a penetrating dribble drive team.
They do not.
Things are set up off the pass, and I thought they got great looks by throwing the ball into Carter, and he was...
I thought Carter did a nice job with distribution, to be honest with you.
He should have taken a couple more shots.
I agree with
he should have. He second-guessed himself a lot on some of those passes that he got in the middle. It's like, no, never mind.
But he rotated the ball very well, I thought.
Yeah, and those are shots that Langford makes, Bridges makes, certainly Cassius Winston makes, McQuaid has made them. But it was one of those days, and couldn't throw it in the ocean from the boat, Tom.
Right. Well, you know, Syracuse is with their zone is like in college football going against the triple option. It's quirky. So you got to adjust to it. It's very difficult. Once you get in a funk, you can't get out of it. And Syracuse, even Miles Bridges had that one-hand spear jam. It took it to 5 at about 4.5 to go. I thought Michigan State was going to take control. Syracuse did not back down. They took command. All of a sudden, it was back to 2. And then down the stretch they come. It was a root canal, and you kind of had that feeling Boeheim was going to pull it out.
Why is their zone so tough, Jack? Why is it so difficult for other teams?
Biggest team in the country.
Biggest?
And
they're long.
They help each other so well. and their shots are there, but you have to hit them.
Yeah.
You know,
and they did a good
they
job.
They were an 11th seed and the last at-large team to make the tournament. So it's not like this zone has worked flawlessly all year.
Right.
In fact, it's been shredded several times, but this was not the day for shredding.
Duke ran a zone earlier this season, and we saw what happened in that game as well. Michigan State they have not handled the zone well this year, Jack. That offense, when you slow it down, it becomes stagnant. Ball movement isn't cohesive throughout the majority of the game. So that was tough to watch. We all thought Michigan State was going to at least, and the expectation's so high this season.
Right.
We all thought Michigan State would at least get out of the first weekend, especially in Detroit, essentially a home game.
Tom, you were big on Michigan State all year.
I was.
You thought you'd get to the Final Four, would get to the Final Four. How should this team be remembered?
I think this was a great character team. I mean, when you saw the emotional Tom Izzo talk about his team and Miles, I mean, Michigan State fans should feel good about their program, I think. And yet I'm walking the dogs in the neighborhood right after the game, they're all throwing Izzo under the bus. I mean, you see the message boards, and my God, Michigan State fans, you got to chill, dudes, because this is a good basketball team and won 30 games. It's ridiculous to paint them negatively as you have been doing today.
Yeah, right after a game, the sores are so raw.
Oh, yeah.
And people vent.
People are very reactionary.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it. I've heard it, the messages, all that stuff. But Sun will come up tomorrow, Joshua Langford and Tum Tum there and those guys. They're going to be fine. They'll be fine before you will, most of them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to talk Michigan basketball coming up next on Press Pass.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders. And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
The Student Bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Chemistry in there is just a flash in the pan.
You are totally freaking out right now.
There's only room for one immortal in the detective's life, and that position's already been filled.
She's the key to finally getting what I've always wanted.
All new Lucifer, Monday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Find out the latest treatments for brain injury starting Monday on Fox 47 Morning News.
At Not Just Guns in Mason, we are not just gun experts, we're knowledgeable enthusiasts. From full-service gunsmithing to concealed carry and training classes, we have something for shooters of all experience levels. Click our online auction every Wednesday for hundreds of new and used guns. We have the latest and greatest in firearms, accessories, and ammunition. We buy, trade, or let us sell it for you. Friendly staff can fit you with the perfect firearm for your every need. If we don't have it, we'll order it. Not Just Guns in Mason. Click or call today.
Did you know a concussion is a brain injury? And it can happen to anyone, anytime, any place. Wearing a helmet reduces your risk of injury, so get out there and bike, skate, ski, and play. But always wear your helmet, because helmets help. Brought to you by the Brain Injury Association of Michigan and PAR Rehab Services.
PAR Rehab, setting the standard in neurorehabilitation and mental health services.
To Abdul-Rahman at midcourt, extra pass, and it goes for the win! The three-pointer by Jordan Poole! A freshman has won it for the Wolverines.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It is our Out of the Blue segment. Tom Crawford, a couple of things really impressed me there. One was Jordan Poole's calm and cool, but also the way he could avoid all of his teammates. Maybe a running back for Jim
Jordan,
Harbaugh?
I think on the playgrounds in Milwaukee when he must have been really good at tag, I think. You know, Jordan's like 6 foot, like $150. I mean, you stand next to him, he's reed thin,
slim,
you know, and he didn't want to get jumped on. He didn't want to be on the hardwood floor, so he kept running, and he finally ran out of gas.
The other thing is when you see the shot again and the splay legs go, how many kids on the playground today somewhere are trying to do that shot? Their legs are going out to the side.
Trying to draw a foul.
Yeah,
he was trying to draw a foul.
Trying to do the Reggie Miller, huh?
Yeah, he was trying to do that. That was a great moment in Michigan basketball history. You know, a lot of those times have gone the other way. I mean, Derek Walton against Oregon in the Sweet 16, that thing was going down. If it stays down, they won't go on the Elite Eight.
That was 4 times more likely to go in than that shot.
Right. This is Trey Burke-esque down in Kansas in 2013 when that was about a 38-footer and it went down.
Does this make up in any way for Evan Turner, Ben Brust, all the litany of things that have happened?
Ben Brust against Wisconsin. I'm still getting over that one. And that's going back to Zach Novak days. No, this one is in the tournament, and then it's magical.
Sure.
And trust me, this will make the one shining moment video, I think, going back. Got a lot of attention. Michigan basketball is getting a lot of attention today, all in a positive way.
Al, neither team played particularly well, but the Wolverines found a way to win. How did Houston let this get away? They had the ball. 3.6 seconds to go, going to the line, 2-point lead. The guy had made 9 out of 10. Nothing free about free throws.
You got to make your free throws. It's fundamental. If they make their free throws, we're not talking about Tom going crazy and Michigan winning this game. It comes down to free throws or you're going home. So it's the little things there. And also give credit to Coach Beilein as well. I mean, that's the same play that he drew up that beat Maryland earlier this season. And, you know, when I was reading, you know, the post-game reaction from that play, Tom, you know, Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman, you know, I guess he had planned on taking a shot, but
he
the
wanted
extra,
to suck in. He sucked in.
He sucked in. He got double teamed. He heard Jordan calling for the ball, threw it to Jordan, and that release. That's
not really lacking for any confidence, mind. He was a very confident 18-year-old.
Very confident, but that release was so quick. I mean, it was.
And then, he hasn't been playing well from New York on, from the MSG. Yeah, he said he's been kind of in a slump. It was the first 3-baller of the day, too.
And then I like Mo Wagner as well. Sportsmanship, Jack. He stopped the celebration. He saw Corey Davis, I think it was, on the sideline, and he stopped and said, hey, good game, my man. Put his arm around him. Put his arm around him. That's sportsmanship. That's what March is all about. I love that moment.
Did that in English or German?
I don't know. That's a good question, right?
Neil Koepke, you worked in Ann Arbor for many years. You have seen the Wolverines when they get on a roll in various sports. Is this the kind of game that a lot of championships teams have early on? They get the escape. And where does Jordan Poole rank on in the pantheon of single-game heroes ever to be in Ann Arbor?
Well, it's going to be right up there, and it's really going to be like 1, 2, or 3 if they would go on to win the national title. Because all the fans will be going back and say, remember the game where we made the last shot? We look like we're losing. If somebody makes a free throw for Houston, guess what? It's all over. Instead, he's going to be like Ramil Robinson, remember? Like Tom pointed out with Trey Burke. And then Ricky Green, you pointed out earlier, made a shot in an early round game that put the Wolverines in the tournament to the extent. So,
Tom, as you said, Jordan Poole never going to have to buy another drink in Ann Arbor. The deal is, legally, he's going to have to wait a while to collect on him.
A freshman.
We'll be right back with more tournament coverage coming up here on Press Pass.
Welcome to Russell & Schrader Insurance. Hastings Mutual is a trusted partner of ours. Call Joe Daly for a Hastings Mutual insurance quote. They're hard to beat. Call Steve Keisch today. From business to farms, Hastings Mutual will protect your best assets.
Team One, Michigan's fastest growing Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealer, is now the fastest growing in pre-owned. Go to team1charlotte.com and you'll see why. Any car, any budget, no worries, they're at Team One. If you don't get your certified pre-owned vehicle from Team One, you're just getting used.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Advanced technology and forecasting. Storm Shield weather. Only on Fox 47 News.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's motor coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
It's Graff Saving All the Green sale, and your mission, Leprechauns, is to save people money.
You heard him? Let's save people some money. Save big on this new Silverado double cab for just a wee payment of $212 a month.
Or drive off in a brand new Equinox
for a tiny price of $162 per month. And only at Graff will you get $2,000 above the appraised value of your trade. Get big savings and tiny prices during Graff's Saving the Green sale going on at every Graff dealership.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It is time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. That's why I'm there every week.
3 more by Lamar. Look, Paul, they are really, and Lamar with the rebound, stolen right out of his hands by Guy. He's showing something.
Every game that we saw was close. This has been just total destruction.
Look at this. Exclamation.
Superlatives, you can't come up with enough. Absolute. Incredible performance.
Shock and awe in college basketball. UMBC makes history in Charlotte.
That was a wow for the ages. Gentlemen, we knew that eventually it would happen. Al Tomaso talked about this, that someday a 16 was going to get a 1, but who could have predicted it would be the overall number 1 and that it would be outscored by 20 points over the last 20 minutes?
That's the shocking thing. I mean, we all knew that one year this was going to happen, right? But
you didn't want it to be your team, though.
Right.
You know,
very true. But we thought if it would happen, it was going to be a close game, right? Maybe a buzzer beater or something crazy at the end. But this wasn't even close. This was a mollywobbly.
Yeah, second half.
That was shocking. Very shocking.
Well, Tom, this is a Virginia team, and say what you will about style of play, that had won 20 games against ACC opponents.
Right, and everybody thought, well, this Virginia team is different than that other just defensive-only Virginia team. It's got a little offense to it, and they won the ACC tournament. They beat North Carolina.
Yeah.
Right.
But we saw what happened in North Carolina today, so maybe the ACC's not that good. Who knows? Other than Duke, of course.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Duke looks good.
And we have a local tie to Loyola with Drew Valentine on the coaching staff there. But for the Ramblers to win 2 games, how cool is that?
Oh, that's cool. And I had Carlton on our show on Friday, and he was talking about 10 minutes after the upset on Thursday night. They talked to Drew, Carlton, and Kathy, and he had 10 minutes to talk. He was already into breaking down film for the Knicks game. That's the intensity and all the work of detail that goes into college coaching. You don't have any time to savor it, but what a huge win. And then they win yesterday. Sister Jean.
Sister Jean.
Celebrity.
Oh,
my
I
God,
love her.
she's on that all over the Today Show this morning. My God, this is unbelievable. This is the magic of March. This is the NCAA
We're going to try to get Sister Jean's phone number for Al. Maybe he can get a date.
I'm in love with Sister Jean.
You like older women.
Yeah, I love 98 years old. She looks good too,
She
man.
does.
When the Lord is on your side.
She's got God on your side.
That line doing the pixie dust on that trip down the court.
Goodness, she's stolen the tournament
Custer
from me.
through that
She
ball,
doesn't
you know
want to
what's
listen
going
to
in.
you. She just turns the hearing aid down.
Just turn that down, tune you out, right?
Oh, God, that was classic.
She's great, though. I love Sister Jean.
Yeah.
She has stolen the tournament.
She has. Let's keep Loyola going.
Neil, looking at the regional brackets now, and we still have a few games in progress here Sunday night while we're taping, but we saw North Carolina go down in a big way. Even the beginning of the tournament, we saw Arizona go down to Buffalo. Taking a look at these teams, give me a 4 seed or higher that has a great chance to get to San Antonio.
Well, the 4 seed that I would pick out, Jack, would be Kentucky. Kentucky has basically just a number 5 seed, and now their potential opponents are Maryland County, Baltimore County, or K-State. And then, if they would win that one, then it's Loyola and Nevada. So you have two sort of like teams that are like, Cinderella teams you have to play, but their bracket has been just decimated.
But Kentucky does this all the time. Those freshmen come in there, and then by the time the tournament comes, they're like sophomores, and they're all really talented, and all of a sudden they start rocking.
So now they've got it right before them.
And they've still only won one national title in the last 20 years.
That's only one.
So why can't we have Loyola continue this now?
Exactly.
And everyone from here is going to jump on the Loyola bandwagon and can beat Nevada. And then what if they beat Kentucky?
Wow.
Or
what a story
Kansas
that would be.
State, whoever that would be. And Loyola going back to the Final Four for the first time in 55 years. You remember in 1963, the Ramblers won the championship, beat Cincinnati, the famous game in Jennison Fieldhouse, a game of change when Mississippi State's players had won the SEC 3 straight years, had not been allowed to play in the NCAA tournament because the governor would not allow it. They couldn't play against black players. And the coach, Babe McCarthy, said, guys, if you win it this year, we're going regardless. So he sent them to different states, and then they got together back in East Lansing, played against Loyola, and lost. And they were concerned, would they be arrested? Would they be shot? What would happen on the way home? And there was a parade miles long.
And that's not that long ago is the scary part.
Exactly, yeah.
The 60s, It's
not that's not like in the 40s.
In my mind, it's
30s,
not that long.
I know.
Yeah.
Some people's mind is longer.
But one of the most impactful games, Tom, and I don't think you would have Texas Western over Kentucky or anything else without that.
That will forever be an NCAA lore, and our country lore for that matter.
They made a movie off that movie.
Yeah,
off that moment, I should say.
Absolutely did.
Yep.
We'll be back. We're going to talk a little more NCAA tournament. We're going to talk about the Big Ten, talk about the Purdue Boilermakers, Isaac Haas and company. Big win today over Butler, and Ohio State losing. We'll be right back.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The Knapp Center is a historical hub for future business growth in beautiful downtown Lansing.
The Ide Company did the best they could to preserve the integrity of the history of this building while incorporating a modern open workspace.
They have been prompt, they have been efficient, and they really are a friendly, great group of people that we don't have any concerns about calling them for any of our needs.
Opportunities for retail, office, restaurant, and residential. Build the future as a member of the Ide Company family.
More fun, no filters. Modern Family Nightly.
Weeknights at 6.
You know, Jason,
everyone gets all excited this time of year.
Because of the basketball tournament?
No, because of the great deals at Shaheen. We've got the Silverado, the go-to name in trucks for only $176 a month. The Equinox, only $77 a month at Shaheen, with $4,000 minimum for your trade.
We also have 0% financing for 72 months on select models and the largest selection in Lansing.
Only from Lansing's #1 Chevy dealer, Shaheen Chevrolet.
Where you always get the best price on any new Chevy, guaranteed or it's free.
It's madness.
Really?
I couldn't help myself.
Furniture Row looks a little different these days. Our bright new category signs help guide you to our expanded selections. You'll still find your favorite store brands like Oak Express, Bedroom Expressions, and Sofa Mart, along with the exceptional quality, style, and value you've come to know. Now it's just easier to find everything you need to create the home you love. There's even a Denver mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite headquarters. Come shop today's Furniture Row. Family owned and operated for over 40 years.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience.
Swing it. Klein gives it up. Matthias pulls it. It's a three. Running out of time. Martin leaves it up short. Rebound knocked around. Claimed by Martin. 2 seconds left. He banks it in. Butler down by 3. Get it in. Baldwin for the tie. Off the rim, and it's over. Boiler up. Purdue is headed to the Sweet 16.
Wow, that was a good look.
That was a good look.
It was a foul or defend.
Matt Painter, that guy's not supposed to be able to coach, right?
Yeah.
We've been hearing what a terrible coach he is. Tom, Purdue took a shot to the solar plexus with the news that Isaac Haas had the broken elbow, and I'm talking to him in the locker room after the game Friday. And I asked him the question, what hurt most when you landed with that thud? He looked at me and said, the floor hurt most. And then he finds out a few minutes later that he has this broken elbow. And it doesn't look like.
But you called when I had you on the show, and you said he sounded like he's ready to go. And then, but then after you
went back in the game.
Then they went to the X-rays, and all of a sudden the bad news came about an hour later.
He actually went back and played in the game with the broken elbow.
Did he? So after he fell, he went back in. Wow.
And he thought he was fine. He was talking about, I'll be at practice. Players saying he's a warrior. You could never keep that guy out. So how does this change things? And Purdue was able to get by today, but can they do that next week in Boston? Villanova awaits.
Well, yeah, Villanova does await, and I think that's going to be. That could be that brick wall I talk about. But Dakota Matthias, this kid's money, he came up big. Vince Edwards, looked, we were talking about earlier, Jack, he finally looked like the old Vince Edwards, and he looked really good. He had 20 points. And so they had the 4 guards doing a job. Matt Harms did a terrific job, I thought. Good enough, but he's not Isaac Haas, and I think that's going to come into play moving forward. I don't think they're going to get out of Boston, and I don't think they're going to get to the Final Four. Even though I have them in my Final Four, I don't think they're going to get there.
Neil, Ohio State fell to Gonzaga.
Yes, they did.
Saturday night, a very competitive game. What does this say about the Big Ten, where the Big Ten is? 6-2 thus far in the tournament.
I would say it's probably a B- because of Michigan State losing. If the Spartans win, and then you've got Purdue, Michigan State, that's
then
probably
at least an A-.
We have a graphic here. You can see historically the Big Ten's all-time NCAA tournament win leaders. Michigan State could have tied Indiana today. Ohio State, Michigan can catch or pass Ohio State.
Right.
In Los Angeles, Maryland, Illinois, surprisingly, the team that's not on that list, Tom, is a team that has the most championships in Big Ten play and the most wins.
Purdue.
Purdue.
Yes.
They do not have 40 wins in the NCAA tournament. Maybe they can change that. So, Al, I also want to take another look at a graphic. We're kind of taking a big picture thing now, where Michigan State is historically, and Tom Izzo climbing the ladder of NCAA tournament wins. There are people right now might not want to dwell on this, but when you look at breaking a tie with John Wooden and moving into the rarefied air, 6th place all time. Roy Williams, by the way, was drubbed today too. Dean Smith, Jim Boeheim. He just keeps moving up the
look
list.
at those names.
I don't know how he does it.
Look at that company.
That is
that's a Hall of Fame list as well.
Yeah, you would say, right?
Yeah,
right. And I know many Spartan fans right now are still recovering, right? I mean, the wound is still fresh, and right now they're focusing on everything negative that transpired this weekend today downtown Detroit. But and I was driving back, to get to the broadcast today, and I was just hearing this chatter from many Spartan fans out there that have been they're frustrated. Sure. They're frustrated. Sure. And they're channeling that frustration into the easy cop-out, which is to look at the head coach and say, Tom Izzo's not getting it done.
And the head coach would rather have that on him
without a doubt
than to have that on his players.
Right. Well, what did Izzo say today? I mean, when we were talking with him,
he embraced that.
Yeah, well, he said, hey, all you guys out there, if you want to blame somebody, blame me. Because if you blame my players for this loss, we're going to have some problems. Well,
there was enough effort. I mean, people were diving under tables.
Right.
Oh, yeah. When you out-rebound the tallest team in the country, 51-30, you're doing some things right.
Right.
So Michigan State isn't going anywhere, but there's some other programs in the Big Ten going to be very good next year too, Tom.
Yeah. I think Michigan potentially could be really good. Oh, Michigan State's always going to be good. I mean, Indiana's going to come back. I think Archie's going to do the job there.
Ohio State looks like it's on the rise.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Ohio State's good. I think the Big Ten's probably going to be better next year.
Yeah.
Looking back.
Definitely.
Big Ten still has 2 teams alive. And moving on to the Sweet 16, Michigan headed to L.A. and Purdue off to Boston. And maybe still have a couple of teams in San Antonio. How about a rematch of the Big Ten championship game, Tom? Would that work for you?
Sort of fun. Wait to the rematch bit. Yeah.
We'll be right back with more coming up. Hockey next on Press Pass.
With the David Chapman Agency, auto owners' insurance policies come with something extra. Local agents who care about you. Our agents will help you find the right coverage at the best price. 3 generations serving you at the David Chapman Agency, your local auto owners' insurance agents.
Everything's better when it's handmade, especially A&W's hand-breaded chicken tenders. Delicious 100% white meat chicken, made right and served with your choice of sauces, including our signature spicy papa sauce. Try them now at your local A&W.
Did you know a concussion is a brain injury? And it can happen to anyone, anytime, anyplace. Wearing a helmet reduces your risk of injury, so get out there and bike, skate, ski, and play. But always wear your helmet, because helmets help. Brought to you by the Brain Injury Association of Michigan and the Sinus Dramus Law Firm.
The Sinus Dramus Law Firm, advocating for the brain injured throughout Michigan and beyond. Learn more at sinusdramus.com.
Catch an all-new episode of Gotham, Thursday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we have a taste for adventure, because the only way to know how good something can be is to go for it. Try our veggie smoothies, Island Green, made with spinach, kale, pineapple, banana, and mango, and Caribbean Sea Burst with carrots, mango, banana, orange, and goji. Adventure begins with never knowing until you try, but always expecting something great. Go for a veggie smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Coach's All-American Pub and Grill. What makes us All-American? Enjoying great food with ice-cold beverages and friendly service. Watching the game on one of our 21 large-screen TVs. With a variety of fun indoor and outdoor entertainment every night of the week. Connecting with friends, dining with family, or catching the game, you'll always have a great time. Coach's All-American Pub and Grill. Great food, fun, and friends. Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for the Big Picture Part 2, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to northern Michigan and Chicago.
Morrison is going to get this breakout pass and spread all the way over, and all of a sudden Jake Evans pulls up at the opportune time. Not much Sean Romeo could do there, and Morrison sends his team to the NCAA tournament with some momentum, something they drastically needed, having struggled.
We could just call this the Neil Koepke segment. And if you guys want to go get something to eat, this is probably a good time.
Al and I. We'll get some dinner.
Yeah, man, let's go get some dinner, man. We're out. Deuces.
Sold.
Neil, Notre Dame.
Yep.
Beating Ohio State in overtime. Did the best team win? And did the Big Ten do the right thing by inviting Notre Dame to participate on a select-to-sport basis?
I believe Notre Dame was the best team in the Big Ten all season long. They were first place. They won the first 13 games, 16 in a row. And in the playoffs, they stood up and answered the bell. They beat some good teams. And I didn't think they might beat Ohio State because Ohio State was really playing well.
Not because you're a Buckeye.
Not because I'm a Buckeye, just because from what I'd seen, and I was just so impressed with Ohio State. And I thought, can Notre Dame keep winning? You know, winning the regular season, can they come back and do it in the playoffs? Because that's tough. And because they had nothing really to play for other than, maybe a higher #1 seed, but they were already locked in the tournament.
Can they keep winning now?
That's the question. Now you get in a different set of cats because now you're playing everybody that's just very, very good. Not necessarily in that first round because that's a 4 seed. But to answer your second question, Jack, yes, it was the right move to put Notre Dame in the Big Ten because it gave it 7 teams. It gave it more focus, and it's a natural rival for a lot of these schools, so why not? So they went out of their way to invite them in. Notre Dame basically was in Hockey East, and they were losing some of their representation and in their atmosphere in the Midwest here because they were always playing East Coast teams. Now they're playing the Minnesotas, the Wisconsins. They can play non-conference against Western or Ferris or whatever. But as long as the Big Ten in the Midwest is their opponents, then I think that benefits Notre Dame. So it was a win-win situation for the league and the team.
Let's take a look at the NCAA hockey tournament pairings. And you can talk a little bit about the Big Ten schools. You've got Penn State as a 3, Michigan as a 2 seed, Notre Dame, of course, as the 1, Ohio State as a 1. That's pretty good representation, 2 1s, a 2, and a 3.
It is. It's 4 teams in the tournament, which is most of any conference. It
Many as the Big Ten had in the basketball tournament.
Exactly. And it could have been 5. It could have been 5, Jack, because Minnesota was right on the cusp there, and they lost out to Duluth, as you see in the bottom left there, by 10,000 of a percentage point. Otherwise, Minnesota would have been in. If Ohio State would have won last night's game, Minnesota's in, and Minnesota Duluth's out, and the Big Ten has 5 teams in the tournament and 2 #1 seeds.
10,000th of a percentage point. It doesn't sound like the committee is sitting there using the eyeball test. This is all mathematical. This is all
structured in a formula. It's a mathematical formula, and there's no, well, they're a good team. They got a fan base. Maybe we should put them in. There's no subjectivity at all. It's very objectivity driven.
All right. I see Michigan there, Tom, and a great job of Mel Pearson in his first year. I know that Danton Cole's program has improved, shown progress. I like where that's going. How far is Michigan State's program away from either winning a Big Ten or making a Frozen Four? And I want you to give me a year.
I would say it's going to be in Danton Cole's 4th year here, which would be the 2020-21 season.
He's got 1 done.
He's got 1 done, and
we'll live that long. That'll be good.
Oh, I'll be here. Yeah. I think you will too. And I think that with his recruits starting to come in, now this team here only had 2 of his recruits. They're both walk-ons, so they weren't really highly recruited. Next year starts a little more, and then 2 years after that.
And he had the freshman of the year.
He had the freshman of the year. Yep, Mitch Lewandowski, forward, and he's got the their number one line coming back, all intact. So they should be even better next year, but I think it's going to take year 4 when you say they can win the Big Ten tournament or get to the Frozen Four.
Foundation is forming.
The culture is changing. The foundation is forming.
I noticed
for the fans, it's be patient.
3 teams from Minnesota, the state of Minnesota, in the Frozen.
And the Gophers not. And that's
not.
That just shows you geographically where hockey is.
And teams like Minnesota Duluth.
The butter is bread.
And you don't have to be the team with all the national attention. You can be a Minnesota State. You can be a Northeastern.
I want to talk a little bit about Big Ten wrestling very quickly. And Penn State, with its 3rd straight national championship. But I look at this list, Ohio State 2nd, close 2nd. Iowa 3rd, no surprise. Michigan, a strong 4th. Nebraska on this
Ninth,
list.
right.
Is the Big Ten first and foremost a volleyball and wrestling conference more than anything else?
Based on the way the teams are up there in the national poll, you can be the sixth best team in your conference and still be ranked in the national polls. Wrestling, volleyball, and hockey's on the way.
Jack's going Olympic sport category here.
Exactly.
Non-rev, baby.
And, you know, Penn State, I love the way they did this. They said, we're going to put a lot of money into this, and we're going to do it right. We're going to get the best. Cale Sanderson, here come the national titles. We'll be right back with our Take It to the Bank segment coming up next.
I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
Holton Dimedale Insurance Agency, your hometown team. Come see us today.
We are the selling team.
We are here when you need us.
We work harder for you.
We follow up.
We get your home sold.
We are the selling team with Keller Williams Realty. Beyond real estate, real family.
At Not Just Guns in Mason, we are not just gun experts, we're knowledgeable enthusiasts. From full-service gunsmithing to concealed carry and training classes, we have something for shooters of all experience levels. Click our online auction every Wednesday for hundreds of new and used guns. We have the latest and greatest in firearms, accessories, and ammunition. We buy, trade, or let us sell it for you. Friendly staff can fit you with the perfect firearm for your every need. If we don't have it, we'll order it. Not Just Guns in Mason. Click or call today.
Overdue for laughs? Mom. 6:30 on Fox 47.
At Fabiano's Pizzeria, we're more than great pizza. We're family. We're friends. We're a team. Dough and sauce made from scratch. We're serious about quality. And we're honored to serve you. Fabiano's Pizzeria, Westphalia, just down the road.
It's Graf Saving Over the Green Sale, and your mission, Leprechauns, is to save people money.
You heard him? Let's save people some money. Save big on this new Silverado double cab for just a wee payment of $212 a month.
Or drive off in a brand new Traverse.
Tiny price and only $253 a month.
And only at Graf, where you get $2,000 above the appraised value of your trade. Get big savings and tiny prices during Graf's Saving the Green Sale going on at every Graf dealership.
The Student Bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton, South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most.
But it's a Buffalo story in Boise, Idaho.
Day one of the NCAA tournament, highlighted or lowlighted, depending on where you live, by Arizona's blowout loss to Buffalo of the MAC. And Sean Miller, he hasn't had enough to worry about lately, right?
So, choose another career.
Nothing to worry about.
You might sell real estate or something.
Yeah, maybe. It may be a good career.
That loss, believe it or not, at that point, until UMBC got involved, was the largest point spread for a 13, 14, 15, or 16 to win a game in 33 years.
Wow.
Since Navy and David Robinson did that. So
unreal.
All right, Team 234, it is time for some guarantees. Tom Crawford, moving ahead. What do you guarantee about the University of Michigan next week?
I guarantee a quicker start out of the gate for the Wolverines. If you look at the Thursday game over Montana, and obviously last night. I mean, against the University of Houston, that was. I mean, they're just slow out of the gate. They're rumbling, bumbling. And the Montana game, first 7 trips down the court, they had 4 missed shots and 3 turnovers. I'm guaranteeing that there's going to be a quicker start out of the gate as a team for Michigan. I think Beeline's going to address that, and also more offensive output both for Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman and Mo Wagner. I think both those guys have been struggling. I think that's going to change against A&M on Thursday night.
Maybe they've had their bad games.
They've gotten out, the cobwebs, the 2-week layoff,
survive,
all that stuff.
Survive in advance.
Because I thought all Big Ten teams kind of struggled, to be honest with you, early on in their games.
Yeah.
Al Martin, what can we take to the bank with Michigan State basketball as it retools with a new team?
Right. I'm going 2 things here. I think, one, Miles Bridges is gone. I think Miles Bridges is going to take his talents to the NBA and become, a 1 to 15 NBA draft pick this summer. I'm going to miss
put
Miles.
That so deep in the bank vault, you don't have to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about that. You can take that one to the bank right now, right?
Capone couldn't get that one.
Right? You could preach on, Jack. And also, too, I'm getting a vibe from MSU fans right now that this loss today is going to linger for a long time. I think the anger of Spartan fans is going to linger.
I thought the 2 losses to Michigan were lingering for a long time.
And they still are.
Do you think this is worse than Middle Tennessee State loss?
I don't know if I could say that, but the expectation. Whenever you have expectations to win a national championship,
national title,
because this is what's considered Tom Izzo's best team, right?
His dream team.
To go out in the first weekend,
more talent than ever.
Exactly.
And Tom stood there and took every question today, as we knew he would.
Right.
The guy's got the calendar month right, and when people say 3 years without a Sweet 16, they just want to know why, and sometimes there is no explanation.
Right. No answer.
Ball goes in, ball doesn't go in.
That's the game, right?
Whatever the case may be.
But Izzo will be looking at that video and breaking it down and saying, what could we have done? What could we have done?
If he isn't already motivated, this is going to drive him crazy.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just hope he doesn't, just get too frustrated.
Go for a walk, Tom.
Yeah, exactly.
Relax a little bit.
Play some golf.
Yeah, that's really easy for him to do.
Play golf?
Yeah.
I think he plays.
First time for everything.
He does play golf.
Get in a cart, ride around.
All right, Neil. Purdue, we know that this is essential for them, but Ohio State, what's ahead for the Buckeyes besides another football win over Michigan?
Whoa.
Ooh, that's number one. But the guarantee will be Ohio State will have a new hockey rink within 3 to 4 years. Okay. It will be built near the shot, just north of it. It will be state of the art with a shooting room. House the men's and women's teams.
We will be right back in just a minute. All of our weekly awards coming up next.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Hello, my name is Dr. John Braccio, psychologist. If you or your child have problems with focus, inattention, sitting still, memory, concentration, these are traits of ADHD. Visit us at drjohnb.com.
What do we got?
Jane Doe, 20s, with blunt head trauma.
We're not running a charity here. Treat her for the bare minimum and street her.
They're just gonna dump her on the street again. We can't let that happen.
The Resident, all new Monday on Fox.
Download the Fox 47 Storm Shield app and stay in touch everywhere you go.
Go Green!
Don's Fleet Services on Eaton Rapids Road has been serving the Lansing area for over 20 years. Call Don's for all of your automotive needs, from regular maintenance to full repairs.
Don's Fleet Services. Go Green!
Team One, Michigan's fastest growing Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealer, is now the fastest growing in pre-owned. Go to team1charlotte.com and you'll see why. Any car, any budget, no worries, they're at Team One. If you don't get your certified pre-owned vehicle from Team One, you're just getting used.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for a cool and smooth segment brought to you by the Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to Delicious. There you see Al Martin crush.
That's my boo, Sister Jean.
Sister Jean, and does she get a lot of airtime or what?
Oh, yeah.
Keep giving it to her.
Got a lot of hugs,
I have no
He's
problem
a national hero.
We let Al know, we let Sister Jean know that, you know, you're a good-looking guy. This might work out for her.
Yeah, right.
So we'll see what we can do with that.
I need a date.
All right, it is time for some of our weekly awards. And let's start with you, Al, and our play of the week.
Oh, I think it's obvious. I mean, it's a pool party, and I heard this dude named Jordan is hosting it. Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Is there any other play you could choose, right?
No.
I mean, quick release, everybody. My grandmother thought, I'm sitting there watching with my grandma, 3.6 seconds left. She's like, baby, it's over. It's over. And I said, Grandma, hold on. This is March Madness.
Yeah.
She said, all right, I'll watch. Her jaw was on the floor. Her face was priceless. So I said, Grandma, it's never over till it's over. So Jordan Poole, the obvious play of the week. Yeah.
And there were some other buzzer beaters, too.
Oh, yeah.
From a local standpoint, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We said, Tom, that there was a pool of tears in Houston. Right?
Oh, my God. I actually felt bad. I literally felt, even though Michigan was on the other end, for those Houston players.
Yeah, because you...
The pain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, everybody loves those shots and the one shining moment, but you see those guys on the other end, and it is beyond painful.
Well, 67 teams end up losing. They're sad.
It's also hard to believe, guys, we have had 52 games already, only 15 left.
I know.
Amazing.
52 of the 67 have been played.
Yeah.
Neil, what about our game of the week?
Game of the week has to be number 1, number 16. 16 beats a 1. Maryland-Baltimore County was 21-21 at halftime with Virginia. They outscored them 53-33 in the second half to win 74-54. That's incredible.
It is.
And now they're like the team, the team that everyone's lopping onto, like Loyola, you know, the Cinderella team that everybody likes.
But the pressure's off now, all those number ones. They don't have to worry about that.
Exactly.
Tom Crawford, what about our team of the week? A lot of ways you could go with this.
I could go with a lot of the upset winners, and there's been some blowouts, but I got to go back to the Retrievers on you, Neil, and the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. I thought they were Golden Retrievers because I'm a big Golden Retriever guy, but
Chesapeake Retrievers, exactly.
Still Retrievers. I mean, that's a huge win. Jack, you and I have talked about this so many times. 16 beating the 1. Is it going to happen? It happened. And I tell you what, when it's on the national news, that's a big time story. They're my team of the week.
Nighttime game Friday night.
Could have Loyola with the 2 wins, but we'll wait until
that could
they
be
get
next week,
2 more. Right, when they're going to the
Final Four. San Antonio.
We can talk about it that way. Okay. Any other nominations? I'll just do the player of the week here, all right? So many individuals you could talk about, but our player of the week is the player, not the fan, not the coach, not the company, not the broadcaster. The player, the one who is in the arena, the one who has invested all of his time. And you see these guys when their career ends and they can't take the uniform off. And they sit there for an hour and they deal with all of us.
And you saw it today.
I saw it today. And I saw it 6 times.
Right.
6 teams lost and 6 dreams were shattered. So when you start to feel really bad because maybe your bracket's broken or your favorite team didn't win, think about the people who are actually out there.
Who put the work in.
Put the work in every day, right?
Yeah.
I want to thank our panel for Team 234, Bluebelly Tom, Tom Crawford. You can catch us tomorrow, The Drive with Jack and Tom on the Team 92.1 FM. Al Martin, Current Sports, 1 to 2, WKR, and Neil Kepke, headed to the Frozen Four, my college hockey guru. Want to thank them and thank all of you for tuning in as a cap to this big, big basketball weekend.